The working military man. Da-dee-da-day. Da-dee-da-day. Taser. Taser. The working military man is my dad. I can't even see what my body looks like. Hi. Well, okay. Hi. This is cool. Whoops. Oh, there's a guitar. I was gonna put some makeup on in the mirror. Hi. Praise Jesus. Hi. See how much I weigh. Hi. This is cool. I lost like 30 pounds. I think. I have to pee. It might make me weigh 3 pounds heavier if it feels like I have to pee. I gotta put the camera here. Oh, there's a little tripod I found. Ding dun ding dun ding dun dale. Yo. That's how the caveman does it, man. That's how old caveman, long hair caveman, he's a cool guy, hangs out as a worker, man. I'll show you who he is. I'll show you who caveman is himself. First, let's see how much I weigh, but I might have to go pee. Hey, it's a miracle I'm not old. Might have to go pee, but I gotta show you old caveman. Wait, I gotta pee in the other room. If I am. The camera fell down. The camera fell down. The camera fell down. Quick, caveman. Fix the tripod for him. And then lift some weights like a military man. Okay. Quick, caveman. Get the cameras. Film me. Military man. How am I going to look when I show myself on camera? You will see. Is it going to be military man, makeup man, or caveman? I had to look like all three of them. We'll see when I'm done going pee. Alexa, play Poo on the Potty Pee by John Birmingham.
I couldn't find Poo on the Potty Pee, but here is other music by John Birmingham.
You got to poo and potty pee. You got to poo and potty pee, yeah. You got to poo and potty pee. Poo and potty pee, yeah. Pee, yeah. Pee, yeah. Poo on the potty, poo on the potty pee. You got to poo and potty pee, yeah. You got to poo and potty pee. You got to put a party in, yeah. Put a party in, put a party in, yeah. Put, yeah, you got to do, yeah. You got to do, you got to do, you got to do, yeah. You got to do, yeah. Party, put a party, little dancing, little prancing, party tonight. As the moon falls down, that's right. You got to be, yeah, to the party, got to be. You got to do on the party, on the party, do on the party, on the party, shake the party, shake the party. Why'd you do that, man? Alright, it's healthy to do when you make a poo, you got to poo. Wait a second. Why does it say that? I thought it was down to 228. Try this. I just said that I'd get cancer instead of somebody getting if I ever had any effect with them. Maybe getting cancer was mean said anything about that. I asked for me to get cancer instead of them. Of course, I've done that and suffered through it. I think I almost got cancer before, and then it was really dark and rainy for days, and I got cancer, and I didn't know, and I said, okay, I accepted it, and I had cancer, and a beautiful warm sunlight came out, and there was no pee or anything like that. It was godly, not like it is now. Alexa, stop. In the beautiful warm sunlight, I guess there's no reason for the punishment ways of the Old Testament, the mean ways of the Old Testament. I gave it a try right then and tried to turn the music off in meanness and see if maybe that was what God was trying to get me to do the past couple weeks, or week or two. But I think some person who thought they were going to Hades tried to put a curse on me. So I don't know if they're going to Hades or not. I think that's why I've been a little more mean here and there. And so a few years ago, I'm really athletic now, but a few years ago, I think I said I was really angry at somebody, and I said, I hope they get cancer or something like that. Some people say that, and if you ever say that, it'll give you cancer. If you ever think that about anyone, it'll go back to you. It's called an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. So don't ever say anything mean to anybody else. It'll all come back to you, Ayla, not to you. But if Ayla's listening to this, it'll come back to you. And it's sad that Ayla became a little more sinful because I wasn't able to get there for her in time to help her keep being healthy and strong and Jesus-like. And I wasn't able to get there. I wasn't able to get there for her to help them be the best, like how I helped them, how I believed in them to be really famous and good and happy and healthy on earth, and we had the best lives. And then God took them away from me because I had to learn how to love God more. But I'm not supposed to love others as much as my wife and kids. And some others get angry at me, and they try to make me like mean to my own wife and children. It's been terrible. And it says 245.4 as if it's that way. Let's actually get on the scale. Usually it takes longer to say it, and I have to stand on it a particular way. And it says 244.6. This is really strange. I was down to 228. I don't know why. They try to see if I'll get angry or not. I think it's the devil. It's the devil or some person who's tricked by the devil into thinking, I don't know what. Or maybe they're really kind to me in a godly way, and I don't know. So you can't ever blame a person. You're supposed to forgive others. You're never supposed to be mean to them. So see if I can make myself heavier looking. Heavier looking. I don't know. I should say like 244. That's pretty cool. I thought it was down to like 228. I was trying to lose weight to have lower body fat. I look really good. It made me look better. For some reason it says I'm heavier again. That's weird. For weeks now it said, a week or two, it has said for well, it doesn't say, but the scale said like 230s, 228. And right now when I stood on it, it went back up to saying heavy, but right now I feel athletic. I feel athletic and good looking. Well, I don't know about what my face looks like, but my body felt athletic more than it has. So I tricked myself by thinking I weighed less. I didn't trick myself. I've never, I don't know. 244.6. Okay. This is pretty good. So I got like athletic feeling, like I feel like I'm like in shape or something. But there's nothing really wrong with being in shape. It's not bad. So here's how I look, and then I'm gonna, you know, here's how I look. Hi. Oh, it keeps pressing this button again and again and stuff. Like to annoy me as if there's some other thing. Yeah, there are people who got old like Al, and he's like, "Don't do it, don't look young, don't look young." But sometimes he wants me. He was okay with believing in me to look young, but so sometimes I get to look really young around him. He doesn't even care, and he looks young too. And same way with my mom. But some people in my life, they think, oh, he's supposed to look old and bad or something. They think that it's mean to be healthy. I don't know why. But maybe I'm crazy. Maybe they're probably good about those kinds of things too, and I just didn't know. Like, don't try to judge others, whatever that means. It told me some other thing. A thing. It says, "Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines." Hey, great. I'm glad that covered my body right now. I was trying to maybe it would have done an S to it, sinful. So that miracle happened. It didn't show the sinful whatever somebody was looking for to see in the mirror instead of my body being in good shape. They're looking for something bad. Instead of me being in shape, they were looking for the wrong thing. Hi. Hey. Yo. I don't know what it was. There's some people watching it now. I have no idea why. And so here's how I happen to look in the mirror. I feel like I've been more athletic, but I've been much more sinful the past 2 weeks. I've been much more sinful. And so I don't know why. Something's been working. Well, I'm not sinful now. If I have to be fat, I'll be fat. I don't know, whatever I'm supposed to do. But I'm supposed to work harder or something. I don't know. And because I'm a person who, well, I wasn't even supposed to work. I have plenty. Now they try to say that that's all. I don't know. Well, I have plenty no matter how I look. Hi. I have plenty no matter how I look. Well, I wouldn't have plenty health if I looked really bad and unhealthy. And I can't even see how I look in that. But it covered up the way that I look every time I tried to see on the little monitor. Hi. Oh, but Aunt Terry needs our prayers. She's my aunt, and she's in the hospital, and she's like 93. And I don't know what's gonna happen to her. I hope to God she's okay, Aunt Terry. She needs our prayers. It's like 93 or 94, something like that. I don't know. Yo, well, I'm gonna actually work out with some weights. I might try to work out some weights, but I have to itch my back. It sounds gay. Have to itch my back, like Al Bob. I was trying to sound like Al Bob, but somebody made it sound like as if it's gay. Here's a way to itch your back if you don't have a back scratcher. A fork, and you shouldn't eat with it afterwards. I don't know. I don't know why my back itched. I couldn't find the back scratcher. That's weird. So they want you to take your time, because you're supposed to. Here's a big fork. I don't know where the actual back scratcher is. I don't look that great right now. Oh, Bob, take your time. Take your time. Just quit. Give up. let this get fat in the sides. Like Al Bob didn't care, and he was a cool hippie and confident, and everyone thought he was the coolest one. Anyway, right? So why does that stuff matter? And that's why he is who he is. Because I was a little different from him. But if I get really fat or whatever, that's great. That's great. Great. Look at Chris Farley, the most confident guy in the room. He's dead. I don't know. Hi. So now I have to do this with my feet. I have to do this. I had to do something to my toes. There's a little piece of something I noticed on the ground. A little piece of glass. I had to throw it away. So I didn't. Wait. It's a miracle. Wait, was that a piece of glass? No? I don't know. I've had to get every tiny little piece of glass off the ground. This is a piece of wood. It's a miracle. It's a piece of wood. I don't know what happened. I have meat eaters in my life. They got angry at something. And I broke something that was working to an anger. I didn't know what I was breaking, but it was a blender for blending fruit smoothies like I actually like. So they worked me into an anger. They worked my soul into a mean anger for their ways. And they like eating meat, and I like being a vegan. And it's not their fault. I'm the one who lost my temper. So there's nothing I can do about it. You better just eat meat, because those animals are mean as crap. And that's why God gave us dominion on them, because they're not all kind and good. However, how could you kill an innocent animal? How could you kill an innocent animal? In the Garden of Eden, and in heaven, they don't eat animals because they don't kill them, because the animals won't sin anymore in heaven. But to have dominion on them, you don't have to kill and eat them, and don't hurt them in a mean way. But it's for those people, I like being a vegan, but don't be mean to them if they eat meat. Don't be mean to meat eaters. They can't help it. They prefer that way. And they're different from me, because they want me to be weak and at peace until they build me up evil for war, replacing my body and everything with their ways and sin. And that's who the fuck they are. And there's nothing you can do about it if you're a vegan and you have people like that in your life, because they don't give a fuck about animals and they like eating their dead bodies. So if you try to eat vegan around them, they'll put shit, piss, jizz, disgusting things into the vegan food, and they pretend, yeah, that's what you're eating the whole time you try to enjoy the vegan food. There's no way to win with them. They're the winners because they live like the Old Testament, mean to others. And that's how they choose to live, about selfishness to meanness to others, to stand up for them being the best. And that's why I'm different from them. But you can't win against them, so you have to be kind to them. Everyone's different, and they're generally Republican, so they brainwashed me and made me be their ways, or else it would have sent me to hell for 400 years. I can't even tell you how bad it would have been. Horrors that are only shown in hell. It showed me that shit, made me almost go to war at their evil, fucking dumb as shit ways that I never liked. And that's who they are. That's who their soul is on earth, and their body is on earth. They're a man, and they'll never be a child of God until they're ready to be a child of God to enter the gates of heaven, because we all have to be like children to enter the gates of heaven. You can't enter the gates of heaven as a man. You must be, unless you can be childlike, you'll never enter the gates of heaven. And that's for you, and that's for all those men. And I'm not, and they're angry as shit right now because they want to have many millions. They want to have way more money because they feel like they're about to die or have zero, even though they might have like who knows how much. So they try to work me into a war to make me mean as shit. Because Al doesn't want me to work out with weights, and he thinks if I do, then he thinks it must be mean or something. I don't understand why. I don't understand their ways, but I had to be like their ways. So as a defense mechanism, I have to be like them to survive, to keep living. It's horrible. There's nothing I enjoy about it. And so I'm trying to find a way to let go of their mean ways and be like myself. And the best way, I think, is to get away from them, but they would try to have me die. So they may try to throw me out of this house and everywhere on my own. And I don't know what I'd do other than try to not let them know where I live so they can't push their ways on me. But they've been pretty nice about it. And I don't believe in anything they like besides God and Jesus. And God is what everything is about. So if that's the only thing you relate to people on, then that's pretty good, because there's no real Republican or liberal. There's only, people who love one another, and in heaven there probably won't be Republican and liberal, because like look at Republican, it has like 20 ideas that they work you into an anger to pretend that you believe in one or the other, and out of those 20, you probably believe in like 4 of some of them, and like a little more some of the other ones, or 4 of the other ones, or 10 of them on both sides, and they pretend it's Republican and liberal, but I don't know, and they want to make it smaller and smaller and smaller until you turn it to an evil worker of Satan to break through all of it, to have more power on earth, or they'll try to weaken and kill you. And the only way is with the power of the Holy Spirit and Jesus, no matter how much they try to crush you. And that's the only love we have from either of those sides, Republican or liberal. And so don't let them think that that's what they're going to do to you, because with Jesus you have everything and nothing. You don't have everything. You may have nothing, depending on who you are. Some people have everything with Jesus. They're the most powerful people on earth with Jesus. Some have nothing. Some are poor with Jesus. You may be poor like Jesus was poor, if he was poor. And you don't have to be a weak vegan. You can be one of the strongest people on earth, who's, by me saying that, I realize they're really mean, and they probably eat meat. And if they were a vegan, at one time they gained their muscle from eating meat. Those are the strongest people on earth today. And that's a reality that God let me know by talking, and I had to say the truth about their mean ways. The hissing snake of the devil, that is their ways, and that's who the strongest people on earth are, and that's how they got that strong. And so we can't judge them. That's the thing, is that, so the past few days they've been making me, the past week they've been making me sin a bunch, and they try to make it less and less, like till they're killing you, until you have nothing, because they don't want me to stand here right now. It's the devil, and they try to have a bad effect on things, and that's reality. That's in the Bible. If you're against that, it's my religious belief, and it's my knowledge of reality, and it could be wrong. So I don't know if that's true or not, because God is infinitely powerful, and when you believe in God and Jesus, you have to realize, wait a second, if you're friends with somebody who can't stand on something that has cement under it for too long, Al Bob, then you have to realize, wait a second, you have to be kind of like him too, because it hurts him to stand where there's concrete or something for too long. Like, he thought that hurt him, even though it's crazy. You could pretend that it's almost bouncy, the way that the concrete is made, and rationalize think of some way that you can almost like bounce on it to strengthen your muscle, and not that and you know, and not put too much of an impact on your knees and joints by strengthening the muscle. That's the goal, is strengthen the muscle, and then the joints and stuff get better. But if you're evil, if you try to use evil to keep strengthening your body, you'll end up in hell. You know, I don't know, or you end up in hell, or who knows what they'll do to your body. They might hurt it. You know, our bodies are going to get old and weak and die. So instead of me working out right then and looking cool, I gave this speech without even worrying about the way my body looked. I have no idea what I've already been through with my body, but it's been mostly suffering like Jesus for like 10 hours almost every moment after I worked out for like 20 minutes and not getting to eat food for like 20 minutes or something. If I get to ever go back to getting to, I don't know what, trying to put the devil into my words that I say, pissed off and evil and angry. Somebody, the devil, the demons in hell, that somebody's trying to say, that's who you go to, so that's what you'll get, or something. Who knows what the reason for it is other than God. God does all things. So I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about, but sometimes I do. And God knows everything. God knows all things. God knows all things because there is some God in everything. There's nothing that's a thing that's that He didn't create, and some of it's created by man. And there's sin in all things, and it'll all have to burn in the lake of fire one day. It won't make it to heaven, but you might get to keep it for your whole life or the rest of your life. But your life is not whole, and so you might end up burning in hell if you don't be with me, Danica. And so I don't know what to say to you, but I think we're supposed to be together. And somebody tried to make it about sex, like right then my dad acted like, you're trying to look good and shit like that, make it about sex or something, and see if he can like mess things up, because he knows how healthy I've already stood through the whole thing that Al Bob was unable to stand through, and now I'm about to lift weights. So he's like angry because he's old. And so the people in your life have an effect on things, but really God does everything. God does everything. So he wants to act like, now they're trying to like do something to my penis, but it might be, I don't know what that is, if that's God. I know it's not God and Jesus. So it's something to do with, I don't know. I have no idea why, but it's probably, I can't say, but I'm married, so I have no idea. I feel things on my body sometimes for some reason. Everything is either because of God or the devil. If it's bad, it's because of the devil, but everything is because of God. Everything is the way it is because of God, even the bad. It's sad that we don't want to give God the credit for doing the bad things. The devil does everything bad, not God. God is love. God is love. There's no love in lust or sex. There's no love in that. There's a chance that when people make a baby, maybe there's love in it when two people make a baby. Or when two people are married, they have love. There's love when God marries two people. There is love. I don't know. It's not Islam. What's Islam? When I try to say God is love, there's some angry human being who tries to make it sound like I don't know who he is or where it comes from. But when I say God is love, they try to say God is long. The fuck is that? I'm American. They want to work you into an evil anger, fear-driven, and fear. I don't know what fear-driven who, and they want to have you driven by fear. You're a Muslim, you're an N-word, you're a Mexican, something like that, till you build yourself big and evil, the most powerful one, like pissed off by fear because you don't want to like be made worse and worse feeling or something. And sometimes people do that to people and they're crazy. They're crazy. Let it go. I don't believe in Islam. They have the Old Testament. I don't know if that has to do with anything. And they want me to be angry, like I'm working to an anger, break some shit or something of it. Who knows what the fuck they believe in. and they want you to say you don't care if they die or something like that, and all that crazy evil shit for the military. And then they think that they have a bunch of money for it, and then they send you on your way to fornicate and have sex to fuck up everything in your life so you don't have your family anymore or something. And they think, oh, I guess everything's okay with me. I guess I'll just follow them down and die a dead corpse for what he just said, or something like that. And that's why life sucks. So they don't want me to lift the weights, so they want me to keep talking and feel something to a penis, because it's how they are. It's how they are. It's just, they don't like doing physical activities, just like to feel it on the penis, and all the rest of their body doesn't matter. It's old as shit. It doesn't matter. But if they have a penis, that means everything's okay for them. That's how they are. They lead with their penis. They don't they don't work out. They just think penis everything. That's how they. I don't know. That's all they have is a penis and a dead skeleton that they are liked because they didn't eat food, and it's like a parable for being skinny. A skeleton, and I don't know why it would be dead like a corpse. I don't know why they'd have to feel that way. I don't feel that way. And that's describing someone. Sometimes I don't know what I'm saying, and God makes us say things that we better be quiet, right? So I'm going to try to lift weights and see if they try to pretend that I'm just like feeling about sex or something. Maybe some gay person's watching me with all their heart and they have an effect on me feeling bad. Maybe they're thinking like, yeah, he'll get, like he's almost naked right now or something. I don't know. There went your whole show. Okay, why am I doing this? What am I doing? Push-ups. 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 Get away from me. Weird. It's like a thought of like a child of the devil or something that somebody created out of fornication of the devil from sin. We don't have any of those. Our kids are good. Every kid that I know of my friends, I don't know all of them. Haven't met many of them, but I don't care, Dad. I have my kids, and I know some of the other ones are okay. I was trying to say the other ones. I know my kids are okay. They're really good. They've been really good. And people get angry at them and they try to bring the devil in because they want me to be mean to them too. If I was mean to random others who just felt bad to have to even think about. But God took my wife and kids away from me and made me around all those other people for 10 years. It's felt so bad. But I try to be nice to them anyway. I just don't really give a shit about it. But I have to, like, this is the first time I'm speaking up about it. I'm angry at what the devil did to me. But there's nothing much I can do about it. I have to, be nice to but they're trying to get me to say shit that backfires on me now. They did some satanic ritual. Is there an asshole or something? And try to make it like, yep, he hates everyone, including his audience and everyone. See if he'll just fuck up everything. And like somebody's doing a satanic ritual, taking their feces and wiping it on their skin or something, and going, yeah, and then the devil somehow and then the devil somehow causes everything bad, and they're going, yeah, and I don't know. So keep away from my wife. Keep away from my wife. But there's nothing I can do to hurt them. You can't just hurt them all. If they try to go for your wife, there's nothing you can do about it. But now I'm starting to realize you got to kind of like be mean about their Old Testament ways of kind of being mean to others, like how they live. Maybe that's how they want me to be. I don't know. I don't care. I'd rather be kind to others again, and that's how see, the past week or two, I've been kind of mean. They're trying to make me unlikable in what I say. So I'm not supposed to say anything. So I don't want to rape my asshole right when I'm bent over right there. Like every little moment, some bad feeling thing until they like make you mean as crap to you and like not be killed or hurt. And just let them hurt your body. Let them hurt your body. Let them do some shit up your ass. Who gives a shit? But you're supposed to fight them if they do anything up your ass. You can fight them and hurt them. It's okay to fight back if they try to do something to your ass or private or your if they try to do anything to like rape you. If anyone tries to rape you, you can hurt them. It's okay to hurt them back if they try to rape you in real life, or if they do it in thoughts or something. Don't do anything crazy because it might be the devil tricking you. That's the thing. I like others. I like all others. That's the thing I got tired of the whole time. Anyway. You know, they want to see if I'll be like mean and evil. That's what they put in to who knows what. I don't understand their ways. They want to see if I'll be mean and evil. So they're trying to do some annoying thing to my own butt. The devil, or devils in hell, they're trying to do something to me. There's nothing I can do to pick a wedgie because I'm holding these big weights. That's what happened right when I sat down. And I can try to do this. I have to stand up again. They kept doing something in my own butt. And they made it like the whole time my body felt like it didn't really look that good. Because instead of working out, I was talking the whole time. And then they made what I was talking sound really bad. So they want me to not talk now, so it still sounds bad. It's like they're taking me away. And I think that's somebody who's in my life, like angry. It's like somebody in my life has done that. But it's the devil. You can't hurt anyone if they do that. You have to forgive them. It's the devil. They wanted to fart like into my pants, stuck in there as if, I don't know, somebody or the devil or something wanted to do that right when I farted. So the devil does everything bad and God does everything good. Like I farted and they wanted it like stuck all in my pants or something. Maybe it had something to do with that Slash video. Remember the pretending I was out of shape like then. Slash became something that was, I don't even want to talk about. Just sounds bad. Yeah. It's going into the Christmas tree to lift weights. No. Hey, that's pretty good. I couldn't do that one. Yo. Hi. I'm working out with weights. This should be a 24-hour stream. Live stream. And if I'm using the bathroom, of course not show any of that. I haven't shown any of that kind of thing in all the videos I have. 4,000 hours. 4,000 hours of films and videos that I own with me as the star. That's more content of films and videos and films and videos with me as a star than any other human being owns on earth. And to own the content, you have to work. Like, you can't show, you know, was like a warm-up. Could probably do more than that. Didn't really look good in the way I look. I noticed that here at this house. My body looks a little different from how it used to look. I'm heavier, but I've stayed in okay shape. But if I say that out loud, they try to they just have a different effect on me. I don't know. It's not bad or good. I don't know. Had to do this one. You don't want me to fart right in the thing I'm doing. I think that's the mice or the devil. I think people can control things with all their thoughts and intent and heart in some way. They have some effect on things, but it's very small. It has maybe a 4% effect on things. So I don't know if that's true or not. In some instances, when people have a really good power of that kind of thing, they can make it a reality. But God has to do it. If they use the devil to do it, whoa, they'll probably be in hell, and they'll probably suffer for their whole lives if they even have a chance at not being in hell. So this is a little better. And hey, they want me to who's they? God. God wants me to do something good. The devil wants me to do something bad. And if there are any people who have an effect on that, you always have to forgive them if they did anything mean. And that's the way it is. It's not their fault. Don't think. See, that's the thing I've had to go through is no. And try to hurt me with I said is, and they try to make it like Islam. They try to burn it into my skin right then. With all the meanness in someone's heart, they tried to do that right then. I don't know why. It's like somebody did it with all the meanness in their thoughts and intent. They tried to burn it into me to pretend I was. And God does all things. So maybe the things I've been trying to talk about in this video weren't really godly enough. So some mean ass person with all their thoughts and intent used the devil to try to burn it into me as if I was Islamic. I don't know who would do that. But you have to forgive them because it was really the devil who did it. And they didn't know any better. And God made them say that. God made them, some people, evil for a reason. But they may not be. They may be good. And if I judge them and thought they're evil, I'm way wrong. And judge not lest you be judged. I'll have to be just like them. If I judge them right then. So who knows if they're good or bad or what. And I don't know who the fuck they are. I don't really care. And they want to try to take my house or something now, it feels like. Or they want to see what it's like. To see if they like it or not. And right then I got the thought, it's for you. Because this is a place that's a safe place from the Nazis. Because it's not for them. And this house was built by people who survived in Nazi Germany. And there were foreigners in Nazi Germany. They were white, but they were foreigners in Nazi Germany. So they took their money away from them and put them in a horse and carriage across the country, and it was awful what they did to them. And some of them they shot down with a machine gun, and they killed them right in front of them. They had to see it, and they made it through Nazi Germany. Hitler was defeated. And they chose somewhere to live anywhere they hoped to live, and they chose Roanoke, Virginia. And they lived here, and they lived happily ever after until well into old age. The Solonovich people, and they're kind of famous. They're artists, and they built the neighborhood. And they're pretty cool. They're white. All the white people liked them around here. There's mostly white back then. The neighborhood, the town I live in or whatever. And they got along with black people and other people. And they're nice and really good. And that's why this house was like a Jew would be welcome here. A Jew or somebody different who might be persecuted by Jesus is welcome here, I guess, if they're a child of God. Unless they're not, well, yeah, they're welcome to. I don't know. Don't come here. Don't come here. I'm a Jew. Get out of here. No, get out of here. And you can't invite everyone in the world who's a child of God to your house. That's crazy. If you could film it and then it really started coming here, maybe I was supposed to do that, but I don't know. I'm not a Jew. I don't know. I don't know. I just see who's commenting. See who's on the comments of the thing. Hi. Hey. I don't know if that chest exercise is anything good for me or what. It looks a little better maybe. Hello. Hi. Hi, people. Hey. This how people look is not how I look. I look like myself. Oh, they look like me. They look like me. I don't know. They look like me. They look like me. Just like me. Just like me. Let's lift some of these weights. Get cool looking. Get cool looking. I wonder what things mean. Sometimes people are a baboon. Like I've had to be a baboon. People I know have had to be a baboon. And I'm supposed to call whoever that was a baboon right there. I couldn't do it. I felt like it was wrong. Like they may think it's like making fun of them. But I've had to be a baboon before. Not a real baboon. Not a baboon. A baboon. Not a real one. But like God says, like as a parable, you're like somebody might be like a baboon or a squirrel. That's another one. That's pretty bad. And they might be like a raccoon. A raccoon. I'm not any three of those. I was almost a baboon, but not. I used to be. They called me a baboon. God and Jesus, in some way, they let me know I was a baboon by looking. It could have been looking at some name brand thing or the cup or something, or I don't know what. So if there's a name brand, the way the rules work for film, if there's a name brand like in the background and you don't really see it, then it's okay to be in the thing. But if you really had to make it into a movie, you can do a little more edit. It is a movie already. I have hundreds of movies on my channel. The devil tried to do that. Well, I'm going to lift some weights. I better be careful. Oh, you want to put it on you? I'm going to lift some weights. Okay. These are the 100-pound. These are the 100-pound dumbbells. I gotta be careful. are falling down. I don't even know it. Yeah. I went off the camera. Hi. Hey, pretty cool. Hey. Hi. I couldn't see what I really looked like. They want this one broken. Something to do with my grandfather. Hi. Hey. Yo. Yo, dudes. I don't know. See what the, you know, I haven't sweat from working out with weights in 10 years. Did you know that when you work out with weights, you don't sweat? Unless it's light weights and you do high reps. I don't know, I don't mean to be a jerk about it, but why would I suddenly have almost sweated and it smells like a gym? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? How could I sweat? Oh, Taza sweat today. She went to the gym. Taza sweat today. She went to the gym. She went to the gym. Taza sweat today. She went to the gym. Taza. It's okay. Hi, Taza. Hi. Sure reminds me of Taza. Hi. Taza went to the gym to Taza or don't. Don't be a false idol. Taza went to a gym. I'm gonna put makeup on. It's like some military person threw the camera down with their power of the military. It was either me or them. It was the one who did it. If I did it, it would be like I was Rambo. That's how they tried to make me. Rambo with no hair at that one. That was who somebody else did. I think if they can do it with all their thoughts and intent and heart, if I can read their heart like Jesus was able to know the hearts of the people who were mean to others, but they didn't say it in words, and he knew. But a human might not be able to have that ability. It's maybe not possible for a human to do. So it may be crazy to think that, and it may be real, and it may be crazy. So I don't know if any of that's true or real, but I'm guessing that a military person right then threw the camera down because they didn't want me to they didn't want me to put makeup on to look young. They're so angry at the way that I looked. I don't know why, but to get along with them, I've had to be more like him. I think it's my dad, because he's looked younger now. It's a miracle the effect I had on him, and I've been a little different. I've worked really hard since he's been back in my life for 5 years or so. A few years, it's been so difficult. But I had been mean to him a little. And I wasn't, I don't know, I wasn't that mean to him, but I've made up for it a bunch. And God let me know with the Holy Spirit that, with the Holy Spirit that I left him better with his soul and body than before I had been mean to him. So that's good. I made it for any sin that I did. And I had been pretty mean here and there because he wanted me to be a man and go on my own to be like him or something. Or I was supposed to be like him, and he was like he was like my grandfather. He wasn't like his grandfather, for all I know. I don't know, maybe he was like his grandfather. I'd have to ask him who his grandfather was. I have never heard about his grandfather. Never heard about my great-grandfather. I'm going to ask him, see if I can get, it might be too late to call him on the phone, but my dad, the other day he got athletic and cool looking. And I saw him from the back of his body, and he looked like he was like cool with like, he looked like he was blonde and had no hair on his back, but he had a shirt on, and it looked like he was skinny and cool, like he was like athletic. And I don't know how he did that. And I noticed he's 79, and that's the effect of my strength training. And I was almost a physical trainer, personal trainer. I was almost a personal trainer. I can go back and take a few quizzes and I'll be a personal trainer. You have to renew the license once every 2 years. So I've worked out with weights a bunch. And so I've helped strengthen his body. I've helped him strengthen his body. I don't do it hands-on, one-on-one. I don't do that. But I talk to him, and I've gotten him 3 workout bikes. And I don't want to go into it too much. I've helped him to, workout bike is low impact on the knees and low impact on the joints, and it strengthens the muscle in the legs. And so I've helped him to get strong too by me being friends with him. I guess he's my best friend, and I don't like it. It feels awkward because I like to be with my wife instead, and I don't like it sometimes, but it's okay. God put him in my life to be like my best friend, but it's a friend, and he's my dad, and he's more with my mom. It's just disgusting. If I think about sex or something, it's like, I don't want to go back to them. It's just totally disgusting. I'd rather be with my wife, and it's awkward, and I don't want to, but it's okay. And I've helped him in ways, and he must have helped me in some kind of way. I don't know how yet. But I know that, but from God, for some reason, he helped me, but I don't know how. Because I've looked older, I felt worse, I've been to work harder and have less money. But maybe he's gonna like give me a bunch of houses or something when he passes away, or I'm supposed to take over for him or something like that. But he might throw me out. I don't know if I'll get anything. So I don't know what's gonna happen. So I don't know. Well, I'm gonna go, but don't feel sorry for me. I have like everything besides my wife and kids with me. I have my wife and kids. They're pretty good. I talk to them like every day, and it's really hard to get in touch with them because they have them in Texas, and they're with the family in Texas, and it's like, I wish they were here instead, and I can't fornicate, I can't think about sex. It's awful sometimes. So one of the only things I get to do since I can't get to Texas right now is turn this off. Praise God, praise Jesus. Bye.